Hello, card floppers. Welcome to One Pack Frenzy. Part 2. This is part 2 of our 1000th episode video. If you didn't see part 1, then you probably have no idea what the hell's going on. If you did, yes, this is the continued part of 1000 cards. So we got more to get through. This is why this is a 1000th episode video and not a common video yet. Now, again, this is not a review video. This is literally me just, bulking up. All right, that should be good. All right, Scooch. All right, Giant Spider. Varchild's Crusade. Alliance. Veteran's Voice, that is a copy. So that's a copy of that. Bestial Fury. Guerrilla Tactics, that's a copy. Balduvian Warmakers. Copy. So that's 4 copies so far. But, we'll get through the rest of it first. Split Tail Miko. Floodbringer. I think that's a copy. I don't remember. Toils of Night and Day. That one might be. Bladebane Baku. Yeah, that is. Joyrot. Alright. Yeah, sorry about that. Getting interruption. Mending Hands. Stir the Grave. I think that's a copy, but I can't remember if that's the one. Frost Ogre. Frostling, that's a copy. Goblin War Drums. It is, but it was a different picture, so that was the thing about the early sets. Like, they did, alternate art for, the things. It was weird. Frost Wielder, that's a copy. Strength of Cedars. I think that's a copy. Kashish Tribe Mage. Veil of Secrecy, that's a... Child of Thorns, that's a copy. Bile Urgent, copy. Viscera Drone. Assassinate. Kitsune Loreweaver. That's always good to do. Armor Thrall. Guardian of Vitu Giza. Probe. I think that's Teresa-ish. It's got a kicker. Let's see if we can find the symbol. I think that's, I don't know. Is that it? No, that's not it. Where is it? Because that's not... There it is. There it is. That's the black area for the coalition symbol. Fist of Ironwood. Ranger in Vec. First strike. Sky Spirit. Benneth Explorers. Yes and no, because I have got the card, but it was different art. Soldevi Heretic. Listen here, mate. It ain't true. Dusk Rider Peregrine. Suburb. Strength of Unity. Deathmark. Ardent Recruit. There we go. Leon Skyhunter. Time Shriek. Swift Maneuver. Feral Animist. Sun's Bounty. Firewall Kabu. Sunscape Apprentice. Crypt Creeper. Divination. Gungmal Angler. That's a new one. That's a copy. Infernal Scarring. Crosstown Courier. There he goes. Crosstown. Psychic Spiral. Savage Punch. Yep, I don't know. It's a Natural Eyes. Soul Summons. That's a copy. Blade Tribe Berserkers. Shatter. Lava Axe. Frozen Shade. From the 5th edition. Dripping Tongue Zubara. Soldavi Sage. Different art, but yeah. Storm Elemental. Ether Adept. Copy. Circle of Protection Blue. Wall of Wood, I guess. Benevolent Ancestor, copy. Torpid Moloch, copy. Gray-Scaled Gariel, copy. Selesnio, got. Wartorch Goblin, that's new. Coalhauler Swine, new. Piety, copy. Ossia Vulture, Call Stoker, yep. Fireball, Mind Control. Yeah, that's the thing about these boxes. I was like, depending on the company. It's a wall that has protection from black. That is hilarious. Alright. Audubon's Tower. Some good old Homeland stuff. Audubon Bodyguard. Different art. Balsalthol. Spiny Starfish. Stormcrow. Huh? That one's up in popularity. Enslaved Scout. Seed of Strength. Copy. Gaze. Copy. Selesnya Sagittars? Huh. Wonder if that's where Sagittarius came from. Consult the Necrosages. Civil Wayfinder. Copy. Dusty. Copy. Worm's Tooth. Ooh. Spectre Silver. Spectre Sliver. All slivers get have 2. This creature gets +1/+1. Nice. Game pumpable. Defiant Falcon. Yeah, that's copy. Shock. I believe that's copy. Coraleel from Portal 3 Kingdom. Portal 2nd Age. Oh, we got some Portal cards. Nice. Stalking Tiger. Stalking Tiger can't be intercepted. This is a block. Can't be intercepted by more than one creature. Canopy Crawler. Serpent Basilisk. Coursing Groundshaker. And a copy. Thunderwolves. Compulsions. Yeah, I can feel that. Copy. Anurid Swarm Snapper? Okay. Cliffside Lookout. Sledge Crawler. Retreat to Valakut. Retreat to Valakut. We're gonna Valakut. Rousing of Souls. Howling Wolf. Twisted Abomination. Flowstone Blade. No, it's Flowstone Armor. Screeching Strayhawk. Pillarfield Ox. Silver Chase Fox. Oxes and Foxes. Aether Tradewind. Double Stroke. Oh, this is from Conspiracy, believe it or not. Peace Strider. Boldweir Intimidator. Zombie Goliath. Salvalis Enforcer. Infectious Horror. Warp in Flames. Copy. Power of Flame. Power of Fire. Brago's Representatives. Or Representative. Single. That's from Conspiracy. Take the Crown. Crook Claw Transmuter. Immediate Action. From Conspiracy. Reckless Spite. Wind Dancer. Copy. Copy. Alright, yeah, I'm starting to know, well, don't want to say I'm starting to notice a pattern here, but yeah. Alright, I mean, noticing copies helps me get through. Canyon Wildcat. Copy. Divine Offering. Copy. Storm Shaman. Hummerad. Ithacant Money Changer. Changes money into other money. I got that one. Yep, copy. Stasis Cell. Copy. Copy. Sea Monster. There's Fugitive Wizard. Yep, there she is. One of my favorites. My favorite art, because, you know, art. Sift. Copy. Infiltrators Mage. Yeah, copy. Copy. Deep Tread Marrow. Tide Shaper Mystic. Yeah, I don't think so. Whirlpool Whelm. Copy. Or second. I shouldn't say copy. I should say like second edition. Ego. Yep. Either Snip. Remove Soul. Snapping Drake. Thirst. Merfolk Seer. That's some classic art too. Seas Calm. I'm sure it is. Copy. Second. Life Tap. Gain 1 life for each time a force controlled by a target opponent becomes tapped. Ooh, that is nasty. Copy. Second one. Different art. It's like, yeah, I got it, but different art. You got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Kabuto Moth. I don't think I have that one. I mean, yeah. Got it. Got it. Got it. Oh no, that's Abzin. That's the Abzin banner. Salty banner is the one I got. Tajiri Beastmaster. Alright. This might go. I think this one's revised. So, Circle Object, got it. That's second copy of that. Second copy of that. I don't know if I have that version. Second copy. Second copy. Second copy. Skeletal Catherine. Nope. Second copy. Wretched Banquet. No, I don't have that one. I might. Anyway. Second. Bone Splinters. That's new. Murder of Bones. Copy. Or second. Evil Presence. Second. Parasitic Implant. Blind Zealot. Blind Phyrexia. Second one. Gutless Ghoul. Maggot Carrier. Nantuko Husk. Bane Wasp of Fiction. Second one. Gorvikan Scoundrel. Second one. Salvage Scout, I think that's new. Sunspear Shikari, I think that's new. Second copy. Seize the Initiative. Fulgurant Distraction. That's new. Second copy. Ivory Giant. I just got suspend. You can bring it out for 7 or suspend for 1. Soul Parry. Galman's Warden. Flickering Spirit. Second copy. Ghost Tactician. Interesting. Fortify. Cloud Chase. Second copy. Courier Hawk. Ghost Warden. Acatian Crier. Interesting. Ritual of Restoration. Starlight Invoker. Aurica Transfixer. Screeching Griffin. Second copy. Recuperate. Hell. Well, that's my fault. I had a stack of the cards. I had it stacked too high, and it fell, and half of them fell into the floor. So, hooray. Anyway, that's lighter. I'll have to pick that up later. Alright, Jim Palm Adventure? Okay. Zealot Inquisition. Benediction of Moons. Infantry Veteran, that's classic art. Kitesail Apprentice. Wild Griffin. Healing Salve. Second copy. Avon Redeemer. Avon Envoy. Second copy. Flame Wave Invoker. Glowering Rogan. Okay. I don't know what a Rogan is, but there it is. That card's seen some better days. Barkshell Bestling. Kraken Hatchling. And Onslaught. Which would later be the name of a future Magic set. Which is funny. I may just make a video of cards that become the name of sets. Got that one. Herlon's Shaman. Got that one. Second one. Lava Storm. That's new. Fire Whip. Got that one. A brown oop. Oop. Hungry Mist. Humble Budoka. Jukai Messenger. Stream of Life. Second one. Second one. Second one. I think in that order. Redwood Tree Folk. Joyous Respite. Got that one. Got second one. Second one. Wear Away. Scatter the Seeds. Order the Sacred Bell. Orochi Ranger. Tranquil Path. Spined Worm. Oh, seriously? Shambling Strider. Summon Strider. Sealed Worm. Woolly Spider. Got that one. Got that one. Chub Toad. Rhyme Dryad. Earth Lore. Got that one. Dire Wolves. Copy. I think, yeah, that's the second one of that one. Kashi Tribe Warriors. Second one. Second one. Second one. Second one. Yeah. Devouring Greed. I think that's new. Strands of Undeath. Second one. Smoke Spew Invoker. Second one. Urborg Siphon Mage. Lost Hours. Just joking there. Infernal Caretaker. I think that's the second one of that. Smoldering Butcher. Second one. Second one. Filled with Fright. Second one. Roofstalker. Second one. Gorgon Recluse. Blade of the Sixth Pride. It's from Planescape. It's got the Planescape alt art. Silvercoat Lion. The second one of that. Rolling Timbrels. I think that's the second one of that. Second one of that. Mashadow's Shark Tail. Second one of that. Ordeal of Perforos. Flamespeaker Adept. Horde Ambusher. Second one of that. Second one of that. Riddle of Lightning. Humble Defector. Second one of him. Second one of him. Second one. Colligan Forerunner. Warbringer. Kalsima Behemoth. Molten Nursery. Flaring Flamekin. Forgeborn Orioles. Relic of Abandon. Alright. Rise from the Grave. Ooh. Daggerback. Basilisk. Whiptail Monarch. Bloodscale Prowler. Second one of him. Living Destiny. Coastalix Predator. Praise Vengeance. I can't remember. I think that's the second one of that one. I'm not sure. Leaf Arrow. Second one. Second one. Wild Heart Invoker. Wistful Thinking. I think that's the second one. Second one of that. Second one of that. Second one of that. Luxodon Partisan. Melar's Key. That's the second one. Bonesaw. Puppet Conjurer. Do they conjure puppets or? It looks like they do. Fallen Ferromancer. Vampire Bats. Spitting Earth. Borgerdon Firefiend. Second one of that. Second one of them. Second one of them. Second one of them. Iron Reef Survivalist. I think that's new. Second one of them. Second one of them. Second one of them. Bullrush. Gortag Thrasher. Skitter of Lizards. Is that actually what it's called? Regenerate. Different card. Different art. Different card. Mist Lion. Mist Leopard. I miss him too. Entangled Vine. Second one of that. Phantasmal Terrain. Second one of that. Second one of that. Second one of that. Garruk's Pack Leader. That's new. Black Cleave Goblin. Forced Worship. Tiny. That's the second one. Second one. Second one. Banishment Decree. That's new. Phyrexian Digester? Yeah, Digester. Phyrexian Dragster. Razorfin Rhino. Excommunicate. Griffin Guide. Goblin Rats. Wrecking Ball. Of course, it's Arachnos ability. Second one of that. Wingbeat Warrior. That's new. Second one of them. Flight. Not my favorite flight. Second one of them. Area Bowmasters. I think that's new. Ataraka Beastbreaker. Poor thing. Second one of that. Midnight Recovery. Yeah, I think that's new. Shadow Slicer. Elvish Scout. Feral Zealot. Gorilla Chieftain. Different art. Gorilla Berserker. Snowfall. Some Phil Foglio art there. Snow Devil. Snow Way. Sound the Call. Second one. Oh, we got 3 more of those. Second one of that. 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 Blood Frenzy. I think that one's new. Phyrexian Hulk. New art. Second one of that. Second one. Second one. Second one. I mean, if this is all like repeats of what cards I've gotten, it might be a short video. Second one. Lightning Reflexes. No. These are literally in the same order too. Which is the weird part. Circle of Protection Green. Different art. Got second one, second one, second one. Power Sync. That's new. Spell Shriveler. Incubator Drone. Merc Strider. Okay, yeah, that one's new. That was the same. That was the same. Mist Intruder. I think that one's the same. Chasm Guide. Second one. Corpse Blockade. The White of Precinct 6. Second one of that. Second one of them. Slate Street Ruffian. That's new. Devour Flesh. Well, I'd say win in Rome, but that's Ravnica. Syndicate Enforcer. Mental Vapors. Wandering Stream. Where did it go? I don't know. Hope it comes back. Second one of that. Sprouting Vines. Ferocious Charge. Second one. Second one. Second one. Hunt Down. I don't think I had that. I think that's the new one. Same one. Same one. Same one. Briarhorn. Second one. Lace with Moonglove. Kithkin Dagger Dare. Heal the Scars. Lana War Empath. Second one of her. Wander Scout Elf. Woodland Guidance. Second one of that one. Spring Cleaning. Should get on that. Break Asunder. Second one of that. Second one of them. Second one of that. Void Wielder. I think that's a new. Paralyzing Grasp. Tower Drake. Downsize. Dark Dabbling. Second one of that. Horror of the Dim. Contaminated Ground. Ooh. Gutter Skulk. Basilica Screecher. Gateway Shade, Killing Glare, of course it's a Gorgon, Cremate, Sewer Shambler, Catacomb Slug, Drain Pipe, that's the second one. Second one, the Thrill Kill Assassin, Stab Wound, Orc Jailbreaker, Perilous Shadow, Launch Party, nice, Dead Reveler, Terrace Worm, Destroy the Evidence, well, that'll do it, Tavern Swindler, Mind Rot, different art, Foundry Street Denizen, Bomber Core, second one of that, Asperia Skywatch, yeah, that's new, second one of that, Skyline Predator, Stealer of Secrets, Armored Warhorse, second one of that, and Centaur Cursor. So out of 1,000, well, I mean, we haven't complete. Let's complete. Let's get this one out of the way. This might. I don't remember if there were any lands. I don't think there were. Ah, these are the foils. Okay. Futurist Sentinel. Final Flare. Fruitisaurus. Anti-Cognition. Crib Swap. Bloodbriar. Angel of the Dawn, aka Angel of the Morning, Chorus of the Tides, Cracking Triton, Consuming Sinkhole, Aquaria Hoplite, Cudgel Troll, Airdrop Aeronaut, Brazen Buccaneers, some cool little art there, Bloodfire Expert, Crow of Dark Tidings, Baloth Null, Ether Meltdown, Brilliant Spectrum, Bone Splinters, and, well, technically a second copy of that, Chandra's Magmut. Sorry, Magmut. That's some odd art. Maybe that's the alt art from 2021? I'll look into that. Battle Rattler. Talking for almost an hour straight, so Battle Rattler Shaman, Culling Dice, Brimstone Volley, Bloodshot Trainee, Cloud Raider Sphinx, Bristling Boar, Adaptive Shimmerer, Aspect of Manticore, Brine Giant, and Aspect of Lamprey. Alright, let's see what this one's about then, because that was kind of weird. Oh, these are mythics. Weta, Train Prodigy, Zolotox, the Smiling Flood. Well, I'm glad he's happy. Dire Fleet Ravager, Port Razor, and the Whipperwood Elemental. Basically, all those are from not Chaos decks, Commander decks. All right, well, out of 1,000 cards, this was all the ones I had more than one of. Like I said, this isn't a review thing, but yeah. And I got this. It looks cool, so I'm gonna call it the MVP because it looks cool. That is the 1,000 episode box. Will I be if I get a box like this again, it'll probably be personal. I am not doing a video of this again. I'm gonna leave it to like 50 because this is like a second part video. But if you made it this far in the video, thank you. And I'd like to thank all of you for being here, watching, commenting, liking. I mean, I know it's not much, but I know who you are. I see you. I see you. I love you. But yeah, so here's to 1,000 more videos. Yeah, I'm not doing something this crazy for 2,000, but I'll do something. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.